Welcome
So,
to life, right?
oh gosh.
Oh man. Never ceases, right?
Yeah. So if you hear me trying to get 3 teenagers up, just, mute me.
Hey, yo, get up out of bed already. Yeah. All right. I have like 30 seconds. I'm typing all the stuff. All right. 7 o'clock. We're starting. No Chris. No Walter. We're already expecting Christian not to be here. 5 kids, man. I talked to 2 people yesterday that have 6 kids.
No,
And I was
thank you.
just like, you are incredible. Like, I don't know how um how
No.
you doing that. So power to you, buddy. Like it was incredible.
Yeah, no, 2 was enough.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, even one just kicks our butt. So I just can't believe that.
Oh, yeah, especially when they're that young.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's do this thing. Good morning, everybody tuning in. Good morning. Good morning. If you're listening, welcome to the R&R Home Team Mega Team 1 Year Challenge. Do me a favor, if you're listening, tell me where you're tuning in from. I'd love to know. City, state, whatever. It's kind of fun. I'm wondering if it's only my mom and my wife that tune in, or if it's we've had some variety actually, and we get some cool people who tune in afterwards and watch the recording. So, yeah, if you are watching live though, please drop a comment of where you're watching from and why you're up at this time. With that being said, yeah, welcome to again the R&R Home Team Mega Team Challenge, where we attempt to build a mega team in 1 year because we didn't have enough work already to do in our lives. So we decided to do something that's statistically almost impossible, but whatever. So what is the Mega Team Challenge? The Mega Team Challenge is where we seek to do 175 transactions, 40 million in volume, and have 10 capping agents, all with the team in 1 year. Now, to compare, the average mega team takes 5 to 10 years. Wow, that's pretty crazy. And so the reason why we have the metrics that we do is we want 10 capping agents. That way, we've seen in a lot of team structures that there's 1 or 2 agents at the top, and then everybody else in the team is basically their showing assistants. Now, it's not to say that's wrong or anything, but we wanted to have more individual agents with more success, or at least try to pursue that and have that be part of our goal. 40 million in volume. The reason for that number is that at most brokerages and statistically across the board, most teams struggle to hit the 30, 40 million volume amount. And so our goal is to be able to create a blueprint of how to reach that. And then 175 clients served. So the purpose of that is simply we're not looking to sell a couple mega mansions, which don't get me wrong, we love doing that. But we're trying to help as many agents as possible, help as many people as possible. So let me introduce you to the leadership team, the very few that are here this morning. So of course, there's myself, Robert Bean. I'm the co-team leader and meta agent. Anybody watching, if you know what meta agent is, give me what's a really cool emoji? How about like those little stock emojis with the arrow going up? Give me one of those emojis if if you know what meta agent is. Um, and so Chris Rains is also the co-team leader, designated lumberjack, and director of production. He is not here. Then we have Walter Key, the director of coaching and director of Hawaiian shirts. Now that's really important because he has a lot. I mean, I'm pretty sure he has like one for every day. He's also not here, which is really odd. Walter's usually here too. Then we have the amazing Catherine Polsinelli, who is the director of operations and is just really always saving everybody's butt and making things happen that, you know, we're too incompetent ourselves to do. You know what? I don't know who you are because it's coming through a group, but they know what meta agent is. What? You know, I know, you know. Then we have Irene Cupcake Nunes. She's coming in as the director of transactions for the team. Still a producing agent, which didn't even mention that, but that's super cool too. And also the coordinator of cupcakes. See, I got it right the first time. Haha. Let's see. Christian Santiago, director of marketing. He recently had another kid, so that brings him up to about 100 kids. So he needs sleep. So we told him to sleep. And then Carly Lane in the background, kicking butt and taking names and notes. See what I did there? Doing an amazing thing. And did I cover everybody, Catherine? Did I forget? We it's weird when everybody's not here.
I think we're good.
Right? Yeah. It's super weird when I don't see people's faces. I'm like,
I
wait, who's
know.
here?
Irene said thank you, and she's taking a bow for her.
Oh, okay. Irene, yeah,
Board.
taking a bow. And just for everybody watching, just so you know how, like, remember, this is just an inside look. Maybe I should start putting that as part of the introduction too. So the Mega Team Challenge isn't the secrets. This is just a realistic look of what it takes to build a team. It's not glamorous. It's often hard, overwhelming. Many aspects that don't have immediate rewards, which are really hard when you're putting time and money and energy into things. But Irene and Catherine, I want to spotlight them actually for a second because they both have kids and they continually show up to meetings, even when the schools get canceled, even when they've got to drop people off. Like they make it a priority without neglecting their other priorities. And that is just pretty amazing. So honestly, Irene, Catherine, you guys like are amazing.
Thank you.
Truly, I like, thank goodness my wife takes care of our daughter while I'm doing this stuff because I don't know how I would do this stuff if I was having to take care of my daughter as well. So, with that being said, I guess gratitude is gonna be pretty short this morning, huh? Why don't we go ahead and do one way leadership helped each other this week? I guess I can, if you two want, you can talk. If you want to type, because I know you're taking care of kids, that is totally fine as well. I'll start and then you guys let me know if you want to type it or you want to unmute and share it. So for me, I've always got lots of gratitude to go over. I mean, so many areas. To be honest, one of the biggest gratitudes I have this week is actually for Catherine. Um, she is continually, when I said it earlier, taking care of things that nobody else wants to do. Um, it's often a thankless job. It's not glamorous, but she's in there trying to figure out CRM stuff, trying to figure out onboarding stuff, trying to address the concerns, the problems, the needs of the team in a way that's not in the spotlight. It doesn't glorify. And when she does a lot of what she does, you might not even notice it because that's kind of the point is that she's alleviating burdens and frictions and problems. And it's not like a super big event and everybody's on stage. And so, Catherine, like, I just honestly, this week, I just want to kind of say, like, you're my main gratitude for this week and all that you've been doing. So,
Oh, well, thank you.
Catherine, what do you got anything for us?
Yeah, actually, I'll go ahead and go because I know Irene will probably end up having to type in the chat. I well, I'm grateful for. I mean, the entire team. It's been wonderful getting to know everyone and learning what it's like to actually have a team that does wonder if you're okay or does see if you actually need something. And actually doesn't have a problem with jumping in if it's needed, right? We run into so
Yeah.
many times where we get on autopilot and we're like, oh, yeah, do you need some help? And then when somebody's like, yeah, and you're like, oh, crap, I have so much to do on my own,
Yeah,
right?
I didn't mean that.
But I feel like, but everyone in leadership, right, is really good about reaching out. And special thanks to Chris for reaching out to me last night, sent me a short little video appreciating the things that I've been doing and stuff. So I really appreciate that from you guys. And Robert, to you for a friendly reminder that gratitude is something I have to really work on, right? Again, we get on autopilot, so we get so used to just getting things done and then forgetting to go back and really pay attention to even the small things that people do
Mm,
for us. And you're really great at doing that. So just want to give you
yeah.
praise on that one because that's a friendly reminder to me that I need to work on getting off autopilot and kind of paying attention to that stuff a little bit more so I can make sure I'm thanking people from the bottom of my heart. So
I think that's really humble of you to say, and it's just another reason why I think you're incredible. And I really, when I'm complimenting people, it's truly sincere. And so when I say, like, Catherine, I think you're not even close to your peak of abilities and capabilities, because it just every week that we work together, I would look at you and I go, oh my gosh, like she's already doing this, which means that I bet you with the right people, with the right opportunity, you're just gonna keep going and going and going and going. And it's kind of amazing and almost like awe-inspiring to see you, because it's just like, wow, like your potential is unbelievable.
again, thank you. I think that once I have to say once you get into something that you truly love, you truly enjoy doing, and Robert, I'm sure you can attest to this as well, it makes it 10 times easier to really push forward and to grow because you're growing in something that you enjoy doing, not
Yeah.
something that wears you out.
Well said. I totally agree. Let's see. Irene coming in with a few of them because she's helping us out. Let's see. She said gratitude for Chris, Kat, Sam. Oh, and me. Oh, okay. She said you, of course. Oh, well, thank you, Irene. Of course. Let's see. She said she asked Sam and Chris about some closings that they have to help organize Dot Loop, and they both got back to her and helped her a ton. Yeah. So Irene came in just cold to all the processes. She was not at our brokerage with us previously before taking over transactions. So she came in using an entirely different management system, transaction management system, transaction submission system, then the team stuff. Then everybody here knows we have a weird setup for the team splits because Chris and I are co-team leaders, and we aren't just like we have unique setups. And so like she's had to really take a crash course, not on just like one thing, but like five. So Irene, you're kicking butt and you're awesome. She also says Kat because she's answering her phone. Guys, the stigma is real around real estate agents not answering their phone. Like on my last listing, or my current listing, every time I'd answer my phone, the agents would be like, "Oh, I reached you. I I don't even I was just calling, but I didn't think I'd actually reach you." And I'm like, it's so sad that in our industry, that that's the way it works. And the reality is that it's very difficult for us to build. Oh, look who it is! Looks like we're gonna get a special performance today.
I can't wait.
You look tired, man. You all right?
Yeah,
You
you
look
know,
tired. What do you want to sing today? How about I leave you the
I don't
song choice?
know. Wife woke me up at like 5:30 when she finally came to bed, and then I have no idea why my alarm didn't go off. Not the slightest idea.
That's okay. God knew that we needed a pick me up song from Chris Raines.
That's fine.
What are lumberjack songs? Is
Forget.
that a thing? Help me out, guys. We got.
Let's see.
All right,
I'll
Chris.
have
You
to
think of
find
that. Let
some
me
lyrics.
finish Irene's gratitude. So yeah, guys, answer your phone, Catherine. You really are good. Like uh, you do so much. You do, and you're such a giver. And every day I try so hard to be mindful of how much someone is giving and making sure that they're receiving as well. So I also want to encourage you, like already, but I like to say it out in the public because we're trying to give them an inside look, right? Is just remember that you can come to us and just say, it's too much. Whether it's too much today, too much this week, too much this month. I mean, you're more important than your role. And so I'm even getting emotional. Get out of here. All right, moving on. Irene says, and Robert, that's me. I'm Robert. To you, because no matter what, you're pushing positivity and making sure we know our worth. Hey, look, that kind of went perfect with what I just said. Yeah, and Irene also says she called a listing agent 3 times yesterday, no response at all. So here's what I would say. It's not that okay, you can say you're busy and stuff like that, but the reality is, actually, Chris brings this up a few times this last week. Shout out to Justin Nelson and his amazing conference that he put on here with Sphere Rocket, his amazing company. And he said, Chris, what did he say about the too wealthy, or what is it? Can you say that again? From Justin Nelson, he said,
Yeah, he said that some companies are not profitable enough, and some companies are too profitable, meaning their margins too high because they're doing too much themselves, causing their margins to be too high.
Mm-hmm. And so here's the thing. You're awesome, blah, 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 great. You have 1 billion listings and 1 billion buyers, and you're doing all these amazing things. But if you lose Garrett said he's got a lumberjack song. Check it in the comments, Chris.
Oh, God.
That's what you're going to be singing. But here's the thing, guys. If you are unable to build relationships and have conversations with people in your industry, you're too busy. Not saying that you can't take on as much as you're taking on, but I'm going to encourage you to delegate, because it does nothing. It does nothing for your business and future growth if you just burn bridges or make it very clear that you don't have time for anybody else but your money. And so I know I'm being really vocal about that. And, guys, honestly, feel free to chime in. But I firmly believe that if you can't properly answer calls for your listings, you are doing a disservice to your clients, because you don't know, and text doesn't always do it. And so if you're struggling with it, get help. Have someone. It doesn't even have to be another agent. You can have an assistant who helps with some of your admin stuff and alleviates. Talk to Catherine. She will tell you how to alleviate these burdens and how to manage better. Connect with Walter about time management. But you have to build relationships. You have to. Our whole industry is built off of this. And again, if you don't have time to build relationships with the very people that are making you money, that are honoring or serving your clients, I mean, what are you doing? At least that's my thoughts. You guys feel free to agree, disagree, have your own thoughts about it. Catherine, actually, I'd love to know what you think.
No, I actually totally agree. I think that's something in this industry that has kind of fallen behind. A lot of people have taken something that should be an entrepreneurship and a career and turned it into a job, and they get too busy for it, right? So they're like, "Oh, I got to make this money, but I have other things to do." So they respond only via text, 3-4 days after, or you send them emails repetitively and they don't get back. And I work with another team that is fantastic at staying in touch with people. Even though they are extremely busy, they had a listing that went under contract, and every single person that sent in um, an offer, even if it was directly through email, they made the time to take 2 seconds to send a short email back that said, "Thank you so much for sending it to us. We have received it. We'll let you know once we go through them." Every single person. Even the agents didn't reach out to them, but they made the time to do that. That to me is a huge plus, because we are serving a community, we are serving our clients. And in my personal opinion, if you run your own business, you're working with other business owners. You're not working with just other agents, you're working with business owners, which means you should be responsible for the way that you run your business, just like
Yeah,
a
preach
business
it.
owner would be at any place. So yeah, I'm right there with you.
And you know what's funny is that the same, and again, I'm not trying to dog on them, because I know it's something they're taught to, or rather not taught. But those are the same people who would complain about customer service if they called a place 3 times and couldn't reach someone. It's the same people. They'd be like, "Oh, don't go to X, Y, and Z. I called 3 times and I couldn't reach them." And I was like, "I called you 3 times and I couldn't reach you. You want me to fire you?" I can't even fire you. But I don't want to do business with you because now you're telling me that you have bigger priorities. Okay? But you're putting the deal on the market. Nobody forced you to put that listing. Nobody forced you to do that. You said, I'm going to do this. And you know what's so funny is even deep down inside of our little licensors and brokerages and MLS, it's all about making time to work together. There are so many ways about collaboration, cooperation, and again, I am really annoyed when I call a business 3 times and can't reach them. So make the time. And if you need help, there's no excuse because literally we're here for you every Monday and Friday, 7 a.m. Central. And Catherine is the queen of doing this, and we care, and we can make our industry better. And the other thing too is that the possibilities that open up when you start to delegate and build partnerships, you will go faster, farther with less stress than you ever imagined, and you will still make amazing amounts of money. And yeah, Irene put it well. Pretty much that her phone call is not worth their time. Not worth their time. Most of the time, you won't even get a text back. Hey, I can't answer right now, but I'd love to talk to you later. There's nothing wrong with being busy in the moment, right? Or being apologetic, showing Irene, hey, sorry, I totally spaced on calling you back. I do apologize. I don't want you to think I don't value your time. You are important. How can I help you? How can I serve you? All right. Do you look up the Lumberjack song, Chris?
Yeah, I've got the Monty Python Lumberjack song. And
Oh, fantastic.
I will give it a go.
Let's do it, everybody. Let's go.
All right.
I'm so
I'm a
excited.
lumberjack and I'm okay. I sleep all night. I work all day. I cut down
No, it's freezing.
trees, go shopping, and I have buttered scones for tea. I cut down trees. I skip and jump. I like to press wildflowers. I put on women's clothing and hang around in bars. I cut down trees. I wear high heels, suspenders, and a bra. I wish I were a girly just like my dear papa.
Oh, good gracious.
I don't even know what I just heard.
It went from like this manly thing to just like a turn sideways.
I don't even know, but for everybody tuned in, props to Chris for doing. It felt like spoken word, Chris.
Whatever that was.
Is this your true colors
I did
coming
not
out?
do the choir portion because that would have been too much. I did the
Spoken word. You nailed it.
Yeah, whatever. Well, there was a choir portion in the back too. I could have been like, he cuts down trees. You know?
Oh, Chris, real quick, what's your gratitude one way leadership helped you this week?
For getting this daggum meeting started at 7 a.m. when I couldn't be here, evidently, to get it started on time. So
I need to teach one of you guys. I'm gonna create a tutorial so that if I, can't make it,
if you
someone else can
do what
start
I
it.
just did,
Yeah. Thank
Oh,
you for
don't
the
worry.
reminder.
Don't worry, I'm gonna be setting up my own alarm for this thing.
Smart.
Instead of yours.
Smart. All right. Let's do some recaps, guys. I'm gonna need just really just kind of recapping some of what's been going on and how we feel about it. So praise videos. Who got their praise videos out? Everybody here, who got your praise videos out to the agents this week? I did. Who's got feedback?
Present and accounted for.
Chris, go ahead. What's your feedback? How'd it go over?
Let's see. Starting down the list, Catherine sent me back a book, and she was very thankful. So
that
was awesome. That was awesome. I was like, okay, my video worked. I was very appreciative. I got a lot of feedback. It was a novel, so that's pretty cool.
Remember, no names for anybody.
Yeah, well, okay. That's why I only brought up Catherine, and and Irene's here too, so I can call her.
I don't think I got a video, by the way.
Yeah, you did. You just didn't open it. Go open it.
Wait, when did you send it? Like late last night?
No, I sent it yesterday. Middle of the day.
No way.
Yeah, wait, you didn't answer. I look, it said not read.
All right,
Anyways,
go ahead.
yeah, you can watch it later.
Okay.
Can't help it that you're running even later than me on that.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. So yeah, Irene, appreciate your response back too. But yeah, I think every agent except for Robert responded yesterday. Definitely went really well. Everybody's always glad to be here. Appreciate the support. Appreciate everything you're doing for us. Um, I definitely got a lot of good response out of it. Definitely made each one individualized and
Yeah.
pertinent to each agent. And it is nice being able to highlight all the positive stuff. So
Yeah, it was
there's
pretty incredible. The responses, I 100% agree. I actually was shocked. I really thought that it'd be like, "Oh, thanks." Because I don't know. I guess maybe I
that's
just
because you
didn't.
were expecting them to respond like I would.
Yeah, yeah. Like Chris was.
Yeah,
Thanks.
cool. Thanks, man.
Cool.
Appreciate it.
Classic lumberjack in heels. Am I right?
Go get my
But
wing.
man, everybody. I mean, like 3 or 4 people even said I really needed that today. And you're like, man, if I didn't even try, I would have never been able to be there for them. And it really was emotional for me to where I even shared it with my wife. And it was like, wow, you just don't know what an impact these little things can make in someone's life. So, Catherine, were you able to get any out today? I don't even remember. What is your day?
Mine was technically supposed to be Monday, and we had discussed it on Monday
Oh,
about setting up the days.
okay, okay.
And
I couldn't
yeah,
remember.
and
So,
so I apologize. I did not. I have some personal
no.
stuff I've been trying to
Monday, we
handle,
just released it. So, you're
but it is
good.
on my calendar today to get set up, so I will be prepared and already have them out first thing on Monday.
Uh, Irene, are you Wednesdays or Thursdays? Wednesdays?
I think she's Friday.
Oh, Friday.
I
Of
think she's Friday.
course. That's right. I totally knew that. Sweet, Irene, I can't wait to hear. I'm actually really excited because it's just really, oh yeah, weekly wrap up because you're doing transactions and it goes perfect. Okay, so who got their tip video out? Tip of the week. Anybody got theirs out?
Mine is sitting in my inbox, not hit sent yet.
I guess I'll sing again if I have to. I didn't get that one out.
Okay. What I'll say about that is, let me see. I think I took a screenshot of.
Those are supposed to go out the same day we do our gratitude, right? Okay.
For
Right.
everyone that showed up last night, I gave them tips on a lender that they can use for certain different things if they showed up.
I know last night was awesome, man.
For the record, I did it in person.
I
I'll
have
take
it. I thought I screenshot it. Well, I have it somewhere. So I believe 2 of the agents saw the tips, the tip of the week video that I told them about, which was how to build relationships using auto notify home searches. And they were really impressed and super excited. They were even texting me and talking to me about it. And again, that's something like that really wouldn't be smart to bring up in the team meeting because it's like it's another thing to bog them down with. And again, we're trying not to do that. Really high level, high impact stuff. But the tip went over really well. It was easy to apply. And so it's really cool to see them. So I had great feedback from there. So it sounds like so far everybody who was able to get it out had some good feedback. I'm gonna edit the tracker forms and like have a little reminder in there. Speaking of which, yes, I know tracker forms. I never actually sent them to you guys again.
Oh,
Actually,
good. I thought I forgot.
no, I have on my calendar today, but fine, it worked out because now I'll add the praise videos. But it was really awesome, and this is the feeling that we really want people to have in the team is that we care, we care, and we'll take the time to express that and show that. So super cool. Expected to contract updates. So, you have your tip of the week channel. Can we change that for all of us? Did I make that tip of the week yet? Catherine, to your question.
The channel, you have a Slack channel and it says tip of the week Tuesday. That's where I saw yours at.
Where?
In our Slack channel.
The
Unless
heck?
the Carbon Club one. And I'm just confused on which Slack channels we have.
I don't see that on either of them.
Don't worry, I might be crazy. It's been a crazy week.
But I was going to make tip of the week channel for us to post in there. So yes. In fact, let me make a reminder right now. And that'll make it a little bit easier for us to sort it. And then remember too, when you do these tips of the weeks, let's make sure we get them into the Carbon Club as well. And if you make them public, like as far as the dialogue goes, it could be something you use on your social media as well, if you want to. So expected to contract updates. So anybody have feedback on that so far? First week of not having mandatory requirements for the team. Standards, just not mandatory. Oh, Catherine's gone. She's like, oh, that's right. I don't have to be here. You're muted, Chris. You're still muted.
Hey, I'm here.
Hey, you're learning.
Yeah. Why did I have to sing? It wasn't even mandatory that I was here at 7 a.m.
Yeah, I just wanted you to sing.
Like things are no longer mandatory. It's the Wild West again. So,
all right. So for me, I've noticed right away the moment we said things weren't mandatory, huge decline in posting of daily goals. Gone. But I want to give a shout out without names to 2-ish agents, a little bit 3-ish, and the leadership team for going and posting anyway, because that is leading by example. And the value of posting each day, and I think, and maybe it's the way maybe I'm not communicating it well, right? Or maybe it's just time will help, but there's so much value in creating small little habits that are easy to do, not hard to accomplish. It helps the brain rewire itself. And so I noticed that, again, 2 agents on the team that are not here were posting pretty consistently, and it's pretty cool to see. And I think that's kind of what we wanted to see was, well, what are they doing and how are they doing it? Who's coming out? And I would say, like, honestly, those 2 agents have had some of the most drastic changes in the shortest period of time as well. And I definitely believe that. Have you guys seen any other changes for you? Any other notes? I know we really didn't have that many requirements to begin with, quite honestly.
It wasn't much.
Yeah, we weren't like, you got to clock in at 6:45 and do 2 hours of script practice every day. That wasn't us anyway. I'm going to be curious to see who shows up to the team meeting on Monday.
Yeah.
I mean, Chris decided to come like 30 minutes late today.
It was 12 minutes, and 2 of those because my computer was trying to load.
3 hours.
3 hours late.
Shows up on the live and nobody's here, like that late.
Yeah, I would have went back to bed.
I am really curious. I did send out contracts for signatures. I don't know why we were having problems with dot loop. I've always been able to assign typing their name in with print. So I don't know. It's annoying. But we were able to eliminate an entire page from the contract, which was pretty cool. I'm actually really happy about that. If you can simplify some of the legalities, it's a good thing, in my opinion. That is not legal advice. And then I think it looks a lot cleaner as well. Organize some things a little bit different. Okay, trackers, guys. So I have it on my calendar today. I'm going to be working on these trackers. I'm going to get some edits on them. Have Misa work on some edits for us just to add in the praise videos. Please, when I send these out, if you could try and just fill them out over the weekend, even just do your best. The whole point is just to start creating the habit so we have something to work with. And then again, I'll roll it out for the agents, but it won't be required. So it'll be literally just saying, here's your opportunity to suggest changes and improvement, so we can kind of help you out. But if you guys could definitely, in your areas, your departments, give some honest, constructive feedback on the forums. We do need to track our numbers. Literally, it said 0 up there on all those categories, which is not true. And I know there's going to be lots of areas, Irene, I don't want you to hold back. I want you to look at the process and be like, okay, we really need to improve in this area. And Catherine, same thing. Catherine, you've never held back anyway, which I love about you. You don't pull your bunches, and that's a compliment. So yeah, please feel free. I'm going to send them to you today, and then just over the weekend. You don't need to do it today because we haven't had a lot of time to go over it together or anything. So it's just kind of over the weekend, kind of fill them out so that Monday we can kind of go over them and have something to work with, and then I can make some changes or improvements if needed. Let's see. A couple other things basically that I want to go over with you. I gotta literally I need some help if anybody's volunteering to help. So I'm gonna list a couple things, and then if anybody's got ideas or willingness to help me, I'd be very, very grateful. And if you're not, it's okay. So give me a second. I gotta actually write them down before I forget. Let's see. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to remember. Bear with me. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, my gosh. All right. Well, a couple things are. Oh, that's what it is. I remember what it is. Okay, here we go. Thanks for your patience. So a couple things I could use help with if you're willing. But I think these would make all of our lives a lot easier is one, I have the structure and the outline. So it's now just kind of implementing it for ourselves and getting this running is self-directed accountability groups. Some of the top team leaders, this is what they run. And they said it just goes over a lot better than top-down accountability. It helps to be voluntary. So these are just basically accountability groups that people voluntarily opt into. It's not, you can run it by the team, like team leaders can run it, but it's better if it's someone who volunteers to run it and isn't the team leader because, like it's just easier to be more honest and open. So I could use some help just kind of getting that up and running. And basically reaching out and seeing, because we can start that right away. There are agents right now who know they need more accountability. There's a couple agents in particular that I know who are already leaders. So I think it could be a great opportunity. Again, the other thing is listing appointments contests. I've been thinking about it, and we really want to help them succeed. And we have some great strategies for getting listings. And we want to help them have maybe their biggest month possible. But that means that they're going to have to start the week or the work now. You guys know this, right? 90 days or more to start seeing those results. And so my coach said that a lot of the top 1% teams, they're listing appointments contests, not listing contracts, not listing sold, just listing appointments, building the habits of building relationships, getting in, connecting with people, and having those one-on-one conversations, because that will produce results. But it's also just like we all know the numbers, right? And the numbers are not, you got to go through a lot. Even if you're really great at what you do, you typically have to go through a lot. And so it can be discouraging. But if you're getting listing appointments, it's a little bit easier to get those. So it's more encouraging for agents to stick with those. So yeah, a listing appointment contest. The goal would be to focus not on a monetary prize, because to be honest, that really doesn't motivate most people, but an experience instead. Maybe a crazy fancy dinner at some rooftop place in Nashville, or a concert, or something to where someone makes a memory and experiences something to where it has a deeper impact. And then monthly get together client and agent appreciations. So that's something that we've been talking about for a while. And that is literally the basis of whatever clients closed a deal at the end of that month, by the end of that month, or that month, whatever I'm trying to say. We do just a small food, drinks gathering with the lender, title, even insurance. It's a hangout. It's not business. There's no presentations. All the agents will always be invited on the team. And then if any of those closings were referred by a client, then those people are also invited. And we just have these little celebrations, if you will, month to month, versus just one client appreciation around Christmas, right? We want to just have a social connection with others. So those are three things that I could definitely use some help with. Do you guys have any thoughts, feedback, suggestions? Anybody watching too, about these things? What do you guys think? Cool. Is everybody gone?
No, sorry, I'm yelling at children.
It's okay. It's okay. I was just like, man, usually someone says something.
I still love the thought of the monthly things. So are you going to be the one to kind of be in charge of setting up the events and kind of figuring out where we're going to go, or we have someone that's
I
going to be
could use
taking?
help. That's what
Okay.
I'm saying. This is my get help list.
Okay.
You don't have to do any of this. You have your own priorities, and nobody needs to do this. But if someone wanted to help, it would help speed it up,
Mm-hmm.
and just get it done sooner, and also maybe even better, because nobody said I'm good at any of this stuff.
Well, I'm always down for brainstorming, so we can always put something on the calendar and
I
go
don't
through
think
some
it's
stuff.
complicated, right? I think it's as simple as finding a place that has space. The quieter, the better, so we can actually have conversations.
Mm-hmm.
And somewhere that's not too expensive, and then just have people, the lender, title, whatever, whoever was involved in the transactions, help sponsor it, so the team's not going broke, because our margins are slim with intention. It was by design. Irene says Kubo Grill. She said Kubo Grill. Kat, do you have a secret restaurant called Kubo Grill?
Oh, there is this amazing place out in Manchester. And
Irene, you want us to go to Manchester?
Irene, the people in Nashville complain about going to Murfreesboro.
This
but
shit.
it's so worth it.
Just go all the way down to Manchester. She said it's worth it, though, with 3 exclamation points.
It is so worth
my
it.
gosh.
And it's a newer gentleman that my husband and I actually got to speak with the owner of. And they have been trying to grow their business. They want to be in Murfreesboro, but they didn't have the margins to be able to afford a place in Murfreesboro. So they started
Nobody
out
does.
there. Yeah. So super nice guy. I believe his wife and the wife's mother are from the Philippines.
Oh, well, now I really want to go.
The food is amazing.
Because, my stepmom is from Baguio in the Philippines, and I speak a little bit of Tagalog.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, I have an idea. This is not super helpful, but what if the place that we went to, hey, thank you, Dream Team. I don't know who you are. You're through a group, but you're the dream for the team. That was meant as a compliment, not weird. But what if we said, like,
is that Trevor? I feel like that.
It feels like Trevor, right? It feels like a Trevor comment.
Is that you,
Is
Trevor?
it Trevor? Oh, it's Scott. That was my next guess.
Oh, okay.
Scott was my next guess, because both of them are so encouraging, amazing people. Scott, dude, thanks for being here, buddy. It means a lot. We knew Scott. You're our Scott. Okay, you didn't even have to say your last name. We knew it was you. We could feel it. It was either Trevor or you. But what if we made it to where
Who's Philip?
Philip. What if we made it to where the amount of transactions in that city is the city we do the appreciation event for? Because then that's where the majority of the clients would be for that month.
That's an interesting one.
Right? Because the whole point is have this client appreciation. Well, if the majority of our sales came from Nashville, doesn't it kind of make sense then that we do something in Nashville where the majority of those potential clients would be? What do you guys think?
I like that.
Yeah, I also told the team last night, I was like, yeah, we'll try to do some of these up in Nashville too, to where it's not such a burden on everyone every time.
Well, now if they want it, go sell a bunch of Nashville homes and we'll go to Nashville and live it up. But
Yeah.
it makes sense for the clients, right? Because they're first. So it makes sense. Like if the most of the clients from that month was in Nashville, then we should do it. Right? Logic, right?
Right. One
Would you guys
closing that
agree?
month. We're headed to Hohenwald. All right.
What is no? You'd have to sell a lot to make that happen. But you know what? I'd do it. I would do it actually.
Headed to Hohenwald.
All right, sweet. So Chris, is this something you would be willing to take on?
For the events? I like events and
Yeah, you
coordinating people.
pick restaurants, you talk to lenders and title. You're already doing this. You did it last night and it was awesome and you did a great job. And so is that something you'd want to just kind of check out? Because the other thing too is you're the head of production, so you kind of know where the deals are coming from as well.
I'm happy to try to head this up. I'm looking at 2 Irenes currently, so I'm a little confused, but we've got. Do you guys see 2?
Yeah, I see 2. Don't worry about it.
Ooh.
Don't ask questions. I don't know which one to remove. Like literally. All right, so Chris, you'll head this up. Now remember, you're not alone in this. It would be more just I'm
gonna co-head this up.
Yeah, right. So basically you can start it, but ask for help if you need help.
You're good.
And we'll hook you up and we'll make sure you're taken care of. So self-directed accountability groups, who's got any thoughts or feedback on that? Remember, they're voluntary. And what I've learned from others, not me because I haven't done this before, is that it's just an awesome way to encourage and uplift agents and hold them accountable without it being us being barking at them. You know what I mean? Because nobody likes that. What do you guys think? Cool. Sounds good. They're usually, I think, like 6 weeks increments, and then you take a break too. So it's not all the time, or else it'll lose its value. And again, it's entirely voluntary. And honestly, I think there's a couple people that would really, really like that and enjoy it. And shoot, I'd even join one, right? Just to make sure I'm being held accountable. I'll take on this one and work on this. Now, listing appointment contest. So again, this one's important because we want to help them get numbers. Especially talking to some of the agents last night who are newer, and some of that worth, that lack of worth that they're feeling comes from the fact that they're working hard. And we know in real estate, it's very rarely that you get immediate results, at least in monetary ways. But imagine we help the agents have the just absolutely massive success in May, right? And May was it funded their next 2 years, depending on how much they spend. If they spend like Chris, it'll fund the rest of May. But what do you guys think about that? Like doing again, an experience focused listing appointment contest. You guys got any thoughts?
I'm always for the listing competition. I know that's always a huge thing. The one thing that I have to say, in my opinion, I feel like some teams and even brokerages that run these have failed at is not pumping up those that are doing the buy sides, especially with the time that we're in right now, right? It's 10 times easier to find buyers than it is listings. And listings can be a lot harder to get set up. So not that they, necessarily need a reward or anything if we're doing listing focus, but still maybe recognizing top three that, have brought in buyer's appointments or have
I see what
a
you're saying.
contract, just something to recognize them while we are announcing who's in the lead or who's winning for listing appointments. Because not every agent is listing focused. I know that's something that's normally pushed, but if you think about it, there's some agents that prefer to only work with buyers, right? They don't want to do the listing side. So
Yeah, and I think that's something that we always talk about. That's really, really important. Is that you don't have to be who we decide for you to be. You can, if you want to take it on, like take on the buyers. So Irene, that's a great question. Instead of listing, why not a contract contest? So here's the thing. A buyer in this market will only benefit that one buyer. To the other agents on the team, to the team as a whole, to other clients. We secure a listing, especially a listing that wasn't public, right? That was someone that wasn't maybe even planning on it, and we helped them or whatever. It can benefit the team. It can benefit someone else. Where it's good for our industry. So for me personally, the reason why I'd want to focus on listings as the number one is purely because it has a bigger impact on the overall other agents on the team and other clients and other opportunities. It produces more for that agent's time as well, because it'll automatically generally generate another another buyer, right? Another transaction. So that for me, that's kind of why I would want to focus on it, is that I think it just, for the work put in, it produces a bigger impact and more result. But you're right. Listings can be scary for a new agent. And they are slightly more expensive with the photos, but that's why they're with us, because Chris and I are not scared of listings at all. And the one of the best things they can learn is not to run from listings. And like we didn't give her permission to get her name. So an agent on the team who is brand new, she had a buyer that she was working, and she said, "Oh, okay, well, he wants to be in this community. What do I do? There's nothing on the market." And I said, "Well, connect with Walter, and Walter will tell you how he door knocks, cold calls, does whatever to figure out for the buyer." And so she went and she door knocked. Now, I assumed she wouldn't, not because she wasn't capable, but because I figured a new agent, most agents in general, wouldn't do that. But because I didn't assume and instead encouraged her to do it, she went out and did it. Like, truly, she went out and did it and crushed it. And I think she has like a listing appointment coming up already, or at least a listing lead. She got presented in front of the HOA's president, and she's a brand new agent. And the thing is that it's not her job to know it all. All it is for her to just go and do something, right? Productive. And we will pick up the slack. Where she is weak, we will be strong for her. So I think that's why I wouldn't, because you're right. It is scary. I mean, it was scary for me. I was like, what do I even do? I don't want to mess this up. But remember, Irene, they have you, they have Catherine, they have Chris, they have myself, they have Christian when he's available. There is a whole team. Okay, well, Chris is like, no, they don't have me. I'm out. But there's a whole team behind them, and so I think it could be a really great way to help them through this difficult market, and make a big impact. Does that make sense? Am I going on too much? I do that. I'm assuming you're typing. So
I was waiting for her to text.
yeah, right. I was waiting for it too. So with that being said, I had a really neat idea. I'd love your guys' feedback. I've been thinking about a way to, how people do just solds, postcards and stuff like that when you sell something in the neighborhood. I wanted to make it a little more engaging. So I had this idea and I want to run it by you guys and tell me what you think, especially since we're going to do the listing appointment contest. What if we did a just sold but it had a voting option on it. And it was like, how much do you think this house in your neighborhood sold for? And then it had like 3 options. And then people could actually vote. And if they vote, they get entered into a drawing for like a gift card or something like that.
Is it like a text to vote?
I was thinking I'm definitely going to need to talk to Christian and see the logistics of which
Or
one's
like an
easiest.
actual link where that you get all their info?
So
Basically.
my thoughts were twofold. Either text or each. So they had 3 options, right? Don't make it complicated. Blah, blah, blah. Sold in your home, in your neighborhood. How much do you think it sold for? Option number 1, price and a QR code. Option number 2, price and a QR code. And then it'll track like, or maybe it's just one QR code and they select it.
Sounds like one QR code to me. But are you talking about so if they look up the address, they can look it up. Are you talking about once you go under contract, what are you under contract for? Because that's going to be completely different than sales price. Like they can look it up on sales price after it's just sold. So
I know.
But
so here's the thing, Chris. It's a drawing. It doesn't matter how many people enter.
Okay.
It's drawing. And so it's a great way because people don't like losing.
Got it.
But we can't afford to have 100 ties. We can't afford that. So this gives people a great way for if you want to guess, sure, go look it up. Fine. You go look it up and you get it. Yeah, we're gonna circle back.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. I'm just trying to figure it out.
It's just fun, right? And then you enter in a drawing, and then here's the thing: we hand deliver the gift card.
Yeah.
Right?
I've seen where some listing agents, they do $5 gift cards for everyone that answers. I've seen it where they do $5 gift cards for everyone. Literally everyone.
I would be okay with that if we had a sponsor.
Right. That could, could work
So,
out.
let me ask you this. Do you think you could get sponsors for this?
At $5 per gift card? Probably not, but you never know.
We could why don't we see if we could turn around. Hey, you know what's nice, Chris, is guess who has gift cards for the team that we bought at a discount from Costco. So we have some gift cards. What we could do is we could just have multiple entries, first, second, third place.
Yeah.
Give people more opportunities. And then the way that we could do it if it was a tie, which it can just be the time of it was submitted. So if it's like we have 4 people in a tie, but literally one person was a minute ahead of them, all right, that's the winner.
Yeah. The other thing we could do is do a follow-up with, we could do one $20 or $25 gift card as a top prize. We give that out, but then we do $1 scratch-off tickets and say, sorry you didn't win this, try your luck again. So we have that second touch, and it's only $1 per person for the dollar scratch-offs. We're making that second touch.
Chris,
That's interesting.
sorry you didn't win this one.
Then you also have a reason to follow back up with them and ask them if they did win anything off their scratch-off ticket. Make sure they got it.
Well, also, yeah, so you can do that. You can also hand deliver the scratch-off tickets. I mean, if you really want that follow-up game to be strong,
We do.
I mean, that's
because the people are answering. They're taking initiative, and that's good for us. Those are great leads. That's a dream come true. So that's awesome. Okay, so we could do first, second, and third, but I love no matter what doing a follow-up, because that is one of the hardest things, is like, what do you do afterwards? This is awesome. So we get their information from the first contest, and we use that to just create more fun, engaging things for them. I want to have fun. I would love to have businesses treat me like a human who actually wants to do things and not just a money machine, right? I would love to be treated like I'm a person. You know what I mean? So I think this just makes it fun. Like, hey, listen, we're trying to sell houses, but let's make it fun. You can win something. We can have fun together. I like the scratch off ticket idea, man. And if we wanted to, like,
You're talking about a gambler here. I can come up with fun gambling things.
yeah. Well, I mean, do you want to?
Uh-oh.
We're not encouraging gambling, by the way, to anybody tuning in. And Chris is already in rehab. Don't worry. Just kidding. Maybe. I don't know.
Gotta
Chris
make
was
me
pretty wild
go
in
to
Vegas.
rehab. I say no.
Okay, hold
Nope.
on. Chris, do you want to work on this together? You want to kind of
Yeah.
this together?
Let's do that together.
And then some of the prizes for this could also be a great prize if we buy them in bulk and have them for the client appreciation as well. So, like, if we don't do first, second, third, then let's just have a drawing at the client appreciation and maybe even some scratch tickets there too. What do you think? Cool.
I like it.
All right. All right. With that being said, so just to recap, I'm going to work on the self-directed accountability groups. Listing appointment contest. I want to come back to this. Irene had some great points. Basically, Irene's summary is don't neglect the buyer's agents because they're still working hard. So I've always struggled with this too, Irene, because I don't know how to do it all. I don't. I know listings are better long term, but it does feel like when you push one side of a business, you discredit the other. You do, even if it's unintentional, and we don't believe that. Listings are more important long term. They have a higher impact. They produce better results, but that we don't want to encourage people to ignore buyers. Like, buyers are important, and they are future listings. And so I guess it's really tough because we want agents to get listings because we want them to make money. Like, they do need to make money. And statistically, if they can get a listing, they will make money quicker than even working in this market, 10 buyers, right? So I think if we could all, because we're running over on time and I try to be good about not doing that, I think we all need to, maybe we could take some time and kind of think about the listing appointment contest, talk over the course of today in the leadership chat on Slack, and let's just figure out maybe a hybrid. Maybe, I mean, I think it's important, but maybe we need to have people voluntary opt-in, and then create parameters. Irene, calm down. I said talk over, not taco. But what do you guys think? We just kind of talk it over and figure it out.
Yeah, I'm with that. I kind of like the opt-in option because then we could, for those that aren't that comfortable or don't want to take that link, could be the ones to cheer those on.
Yeah, so I think the listing one, let's do listing appointments. Buyers, maybe it's like offers written, right? Not offers accepted, just offers written, because here's the thing. We all know, just like listing appointments, if you have X, Y, and Z amount of listing appointments, you will eventually get a listing. So if you're writing and submitting X, Y, and Z amount of offers, you will eventually have an offer accepted. So what if we focused it that way, right? Is listing appointments on the listing side, buyer offers submitted on the buyer side. What do you guys think?
Yeah. Yeah, because then you're still contract based, which is what they need to be working on anyway.
Mm-hmm. And it's things they can do now, right? We can't guarantee that they'll get a listing. Nobody can do that. Anybody who says they can, that's a lie, right? But what we can do is help them form the habits that lead to getting listings. Same for the buyer side. And then if they're not writing offers, in a market where there's plenty of buyers, then that'll help us to look at it and say, okay, why aren't they writing offers? What's happening? How do we help them to make sure? Because their clients, they should be writing offers. Quite honestly, as they bump it up, if they're majority buyers agents, they should be writing offers nearly every day. That should be a thing in this market because a lot of offers won't get accepted. And so, there's a lot of opportunity there, I think. So I like this. So listing appointments and buyer offers submitted. I think those are two really great parameters that for the team are trackable and do produce results if done in repetition. With that being said, guys, let's just go ahead and we're 5 minutes over. We try really hard not to go over. So I'm going to just take this, kind of run with it. I will send the tracker forms. That will be important. We do need to track our numbers way better. That's on me. That's on me. Thank you all. Appreciate you. You guys need anything, reach out in the leadership chat. Everybody tuning in. We go live every Monday and Friday, 7 a.m. Central. Please tune in. This is the nitty gritty, truth behind building a real estate team. All these hard questions and figuring it out. Also, shout out to Chris. He brought hats to the meeting yesterday, and we have a picture too that we'll share. It was awesome. Appreciate y'all. Have a blessed weekend. Talk to you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.